What's up, awesome YouTubers? Ryan1988 or just back here to do another video for you guys today. And this is a pretty awesome, really cool, freaking awesome video because I have somebody on speakerphone. Hopefully you guys can hear her. Say hello or...
Hello YouTubers, it's Jaime, aka JASaare with my son singing in the tub, going crazy with me running my fever. So hello!
Well, if you guys don't know who Jaime is, which you guys should know because she's freaking awesome, I'm going to leave her description down below. And please go subscribe to her, add her as a friend. We're both die-hard... You want to say die-hard? Is that a good word to say? A die-hard fan, Jaime?
I would say definitely die-hard, maybe even obsessive.
Okay, yeah. We are fans, really big fans of Fright Night 1 and 2, and I'm going to show you the DVDs I have. The Fright Night, the first one, pretty easy to get. The Fright Night 2 is like a golden treasure for me on DVD. What do you think, Jaime?
Yeah, if you can get it on DVD, I mean, the transfer isn't as great as you would think it should be, but I think that's the beauty of it, is that it's just like you would get on VHS, so thumbs up.
Oh yeah, so, I mean, everybody knows the storyline of Fright Night, but if you don't, what I'll do is I'll leave the description, or I'll put in the description the trailers so you can take a look at them, but basically, real quick, you know, Jaime, do you want to talk about the first one, a real quick plot line?
Well, the first one was my first foray into a campy, cheesy type of horror time fun with vampires, which was like totally fantastic for me. I had never seen any kind of videos that went, movies that went that way. It's very serious, it's very dark and ominous, but however, it has that campy, cheesy, kind of horror time hello feel to it, which is what made me fall in love with it in the first place. I'm sure you can agree.
Oh yeah. I mean,
it was so much fun and so sexual, even though it's not. I mean, it's not one of those movies that delves too deeply into the sexual nature of the flick, but it has enough on there that you go, hello, okay.
Well, I mean, and, you know, it's a vampire film that... You know, we've seen a lot of vampire films, but I think maybe this was the first vampire film. I don't know, but the one that brought, like, good humor and also really dark, you know, a darkness to it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I definitely do, because it starts out, you know, you have the protagonist, which is William Ragsdale, who plays Charlie. Yeah. And then you have Amanda Barris, who plays...
Amy,
who's his love interest, Roddy McDowell, and it's very serious, but then it has some campy undertones, which are so prominent and beautiful in the film, that make the film so much more. It's so much more than just this is a vampire flick. Oh,
yeah. I mean, it's just, you know, and, you know, the film for me, I love, when I was younger, this movie used to freak me out, and, you know, nowadays it's still very creepy, but the humor works very well for it. Going on to, like, characters, though, you know, I think the characters in this movie are ones that you really like, and, you know, you have, like, Charlie and you have Amy, who are just, you know, characters that you don't want to see anything happen to them. What do you think about the characters?
I love the characters because I felt like and I'm so sorry you can hear the blood draw in the bathroom. That's because my husband is taking care of chitlins right now because I'm sick, and I'm sorry if it's too loud. I felt like Fright Night was an epitome of vampire flick, camp fun, and then darkness, because you have Jerry Dandridge, who, in my opinion, there will never ever be another antagonist, I should say, that has the perfect balance of sexuality, darkness, and then sexiness of Jerry Dandridge. It's been one of those films that even now, I remember watching it, I think I was like 6 or 7, and even now, well, no, it was after that, what was I, 8, or whatever, but it was one of those scenes and characters that never left my mind, and it's a perfect balance of darkness and sexuality and all the things that good campy horror should be.
Oh yeah, I mean, you have those moments of, you know, creepiness, you have the humor, but also the film is just very sexy in ways. And Jerry Dandridge is by far my favorite vampire in any movie. He even when he smiles on camera, it's kind of creepy, and
yeah, it's a very arrogant, but it's also sensual.
Oh yeah, I mean that club scene. I want to talk about that real quick. That club scene is probably one of my favorite scenes in the movie, and that's when Jerry brings his, what is it? How would you describe it, Jamie?
Well, the club scene for me was this girl, she's young, she's innocent, and then he doesn't even have to touch her. They walk onto the club, he lifts his hand above her shoulder, never touches her, but she stops. It's like she can sense how powerful he is. She plays off of that. It's very sensual, it's very dark. It's just everything a vampire film should be, because she's probably saying to herself, no, 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 but she can't help herself.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's, again, by far one of my favorite scenes. And the music in that scene is just amazing. But I think Jerry brings, something, again, with his smile, something very creepy. But also, he's seducing Amy. And, my mom has a huge crush on Jerry Dandridge. And I think a lot of women have crushes on Jerry Dandridge. So...
Well, I think so, too, because he has beautiful women that he kills.
Yeah.
But he picks certain ones he doesn't want to. And that makes him all the more dark and deadly.
Yeah. Well, I think by far one of my... And this is going to be weird, but one of my favorite, moments in the movie where I had, a crush on Amy was when she was a vampire. Except when she looked all Cujo-like at the end. But before that... she was just beautiful. I can quote that same line that she says when she's in the basement with Charlie, but I won't do it here, so... but yeah, I love Fright Night. I think it's going to be one of those movies that a lot of people are going to remember, 10, 20 years from now, and it's a classic.
I would agree. Yep.
So,
100%. I love it. But
going on to Fright Night 2, here it is, everybody. Again, this is out of print, but if you can get your hands on it, that would be awesome. Fright Night 2 is a sequel that, in my opinion, is pretty underrated. I mean, it's 50-50 with people. I love the movie.
I do too. Yeah, I'd agree.
I mean, and you have, and it opens up, it, kind of shows you a little bit of what happened in the first movie. I'm not going to say anything. But, it's Charlie's trying to move on with his life. He has a new girlfriend named Alex, played by Tracy Lynn. And you have Peter Vincent back in the movie. And then you have this new woman, mysterious woman who comes into the picture, named Regine Dandridge. And I think she's, like Jerry, she's beautiful in this movie.
Yeah, I really like Regine because I felt like she brought the sensuality that Jerry Dandridge did, Chris Sarandon, to the first flick. I thought it was really good. She did a good job.
Yeah. Well, and of course you got, new villains in the movie. You got, the man who eats bugs. You got the werewolf. And then you got the vampire who likes to roller skate, so...
yeah, there's some campiness in it, true. But, I mean, it's one of those films that has a mixture of both campiness and sensuality, which works great for films like this.
Oh, yeah. And I think it's, both films for me are very, very close together. I love the first one, and I love this one. But I would have to say, Fright Night would be my favorite vampire movie. And if I had to have a top 5, Fright Night 2 would be at my number 3. Lost Boys would be number 2 for me. But, as two vampire movies, I love them both. They're very close together.
I would agree, yeah. That's what I said before. It's very rare that you find a sequel that's as good as the first.
Oh, I know. I mean, it's unbelievable. And you know what the funny thing is? I think I've watched Fright Night 2 more than the first film. When I was younger, I remember going into video stores and seeing the Fright Night 2 VHS, and I think I've seen the second one more than the first one.
Yeah, the second one is different than the first, but it's equally as good in its own way.
Mm-hmm.
It has its own things it brings to the table, which is great.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, you can have a loudness in the background, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, both movies, I think, are gonna, you know, stand as some really classic vampire movies, in my opinion. So...
I agree totally. So, they're both films in my collection that stand the test of time and stay at the top of the list because they are so perfect for the genre.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and they're, you know, they're gonna stand the test of time for me, too. I just love these movies, and I think, you know, if I had to make a top 100 list of favorite horror movies, these would definitely, you know, be in my top 10 or maybe top 20. Both of them. I love them, so.
So do I, which is why we're talking about them.
I know, we're big fans of these, and, you know, I know, and, you know, they're coming out with a remake, but I hope, you know, that, you know, they release both these movies in special editions. That's the good thing about the remake, Jamie. If they, you know, since they're remaking this, they could bring out, you know, really cool special editions of these movies.
I really hope so, because I love both of them, and I would buy them if they came out in special editions.
Blu-ray, that would be amazing.
Oh, that would be awesome, yeah.
So,
for sure.
I love these, and hopefully, you know, because we love talking about Fright Night and just talking movies in general, hopefully this is at a good time, but I wanted to talk with Jamie, with you guys, about Fright Night and Fright Night 2. Again, if you can get a hold of them, that would be sweet, because they're 80s goodness. I love them, so.
I agree, 80s goodness, cheese to the fest. Go check them out.
They're the cheesiest words I'm using because I make them up. So, but hopefully you guys are having a good day. I cannot speak, Jamie. I hope you guys are having a good day or night. As always, you guys are awesome. You guys rock. Jamie, you want to say something?
Well, thank you for visiting Justin, a.k.a. Ron 1988. I'm sorry if I'm a bit out of it. I'm sick. But thank you for allowing me to share with all of your subscribers. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. And again, if you guys don't know who Jamie is, but you need to know who she is, and you should know who she is, but if you don't, she's the awesomeness of the coolness of the greatness of the awesomeness. But I'm going to leave her description down below. Please go subscribe to her, add her as a friend. And you know what? I'm going to do something different, Jamie. Say my last tagline at the end of every video I do.
Go eat some damn Skittles.
Woo! Okay, so talk to you guys later, and bye.
Bye.